Hey guys, welcome to today's lesson. The staff is a place where music notes are written. As you can see here in this image, it's just 5 horizontal lines with 4 spaces between them. I like to use my hands whenever I need to remind me of this. How many lines, how many spaces? It says you have 5 fingers and just 4 spaces between them. And later on, we are going to learn that each one of these line spaces has a specific name assigned to it. We are going to learn that we will have some space notes and some line notes. Here are some of the space notes that we can have. Some of our line notes will be. In music, as you may know by now, we follow a lot of patterns. Now, in the staff, there's a pattern that we have to follow. If you start with a line note, then comes a space note, then line. Let's say I start here with my middle C. That's a line note, and then we'll go the next one going up. That will be a space. Then going another one up, line note, space note, line note. In piano music, we use not one but 2 staff. Each of these staff has a different specific symbol assigned at the beginning of the staff. One is for a right hand and the other one is for a left hand. The top staff is going to indicate you which notes to play with your right hand. And the bottom staff is going to indicate you which notes to play with your left hand. Now, why do we need 2 staff in piano music, you ask? That's a great question. One, the top one with the treble clef, it's gonna indicate which notes to play from our middle C going up. And the next one, the lower one, it's gonna indicate you which note to play from that middle C but going down. So bass clef for lower sounds and right hand for higher sounds. That's why we need both. We need the grand staff for piano music. Lastly, another thing that we need to add for today's lesson, it's called ledger lines. Ledger lines are just small lines that help us expand our staff. So because the staff is only 5 lines and 4 spaces, it will limit you in order to write more notes, even on lower notes or higher notes. So that's why we have the ledger lines. You can add them on the bottom or on the top of your staff, and you keep adding notes and keep adding to your music. For example, if we start with our middle C is indicated with the ledger line below our first line of the staff paper. This is what middle C looks like for the right hand. So whenever you see a treble clef, that will be right hand. And then ledger line with let's just say a circle or a quarter note, as we talked about earlier this week. Now you will know that's a middle C. For the left hand, using our bass clef, we'll also need to use our ledger line, but it won't be on the lower part, it will be on the top part of the staff. So we will have to write a ledger line right on top of the last line of our staff paper on the bass clef, and it will look like this.